All right, this should be a pretty haircut. I already cut the top. That's why his hair's a little wet. We're just gonna comb his hair to make sure it's going. He wants a low fade, okay? Low drop fade. We're gonna drop it under the occipital bone back here. So if I do my zero line here, up here, I'm not gonna have that much room to blend. I wanna give myself at least 2 fingers width, right? And I need this to be dark up there. So because if I put my zero line up here, right here underneath my finger, I'm not gonna be able to blend it that well up until right here, and I don't want my fade to go that high. So I need 2 fingers length, so I'm gonna cut through the ear. Just like this. I'm gonna turn it around. And this is, I already did the other side. That's where my zero line meets. Now I'm just gonna meet both halfway. Take care of all of this. Cool, just like that. Now I'm gonna get my 3 guard, and my 3 guard is gonna follow that same line. It would make no sense for me to go straight. Let me just do a example of what you shouldn't do, okay? You shouldn't do this. You see how that line is straight and this bottom line goes down? Shouldn't do that. So this 3 line should follow that same. So I'm gonna curve it a little bit. I'm not gonna curve it a lot, just a tiny little bit. And as I go up, I'm flicking out so that it blends straight to the top. See that? See how I'm going all the way up? A lot of people, they go like this and start digging out. They stop there and come back, stop, come, stop, come. Whoa, what? So you wanna keep going up and you don't wanna stop. Because if you stop, you're gonna create a line. If you don't stop, you're gonna create a smooth blend. So as you can see, it's blended a lot smoother than if I were to just stop. This part's not blended too smooth. I want to keep some of this hair out the way. I don't want it to go like that. I want it to go forward. So I'm gonna keep this hair over here. You can clip it. I don't want to clip it. I'm gonna clip it. Now, I don't want to go any lighter than this up there. I need this area to be dark, okay? Darkness equals the fade is gonna look a lot better, a lot smoother. Okay, that looks good to me. Now, with the half, with the lever all the way open, we're gonna go about a 1/4 inch, about 1/2 inch, about a pinky, right? And as you can see, we're cutting through the ear. Now, lever halfway, 1, 2, and we're gonna go in between both of those lines. The hair's growing this way, so I'm gonna go against the grain over here. I'm not gonna go like this. I'm gonna go against the grain. His hair's growing that way over there. It's growing this way, so I'm gonna go like this. I'm not gonna go like this. I'm gonna turn you a little bit. Now we're gonna close the lever all the way. We're gonna clean his neck area because I see all that hair in his neck. I don't want him to be itchy. That's with the lever all the way closed. And as you can see, that zero line is pretty much gone. Now that plate clipper that I used, the white one that I used before this one, it kind of blends really, really smooth straight out the box to this one, straight out the box. They're both, I haven't touched any of them. Now I'm using TPOB's guards, and I actually found out that these TPOB guards blend really, really well into each other because I did a house call for the homie Zach, Zach at TP, yes, I am his barber, and I left my clippers at my house, and so I had to use these guards, and I'm like, hey, these guards are actually not that bad. I wish they were like more the premium guards. These feel like a little cheaper, but they blend really, really well into each other. So this is the 1.5 guard of the TPOB. Each clipper comes with these guards. If you buy one of these clippers, it'll come with the guards that I'm using right now. And I've been using them because they, like I said, they blend really, really well into each other. So as you can see, I'm leaving myself a little more room in the back, 2 fingers. And over here, I only have 1 finger. See that? That's the 1 guard, 1 finger. And back here, I have 2 fingers. Maybe I want to give myself like 1.5 fingers, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher on that line. And I'm always going smooth, right? I'm not scared to go all the way up there. You see that? A lot of people, like I said, they make the mistake, they're too scared. They go and then they come out. They go, stop, and then come out. And then when you do that, you're creating hard lines. You want to commit. You want to be fully committed to what you're doing. If you struggle with making hard lines, it's probably because you're not committed. You go up, you stop, and you come out. Or you go up and then you go outwards. You don't want to do that. So now this is going to be our third guard, and this is going to be the 0.5 guard. And this 0.5 guard should blend straight into the 1.5 that we just used. So this is with the lever open. Every single guard has been with the lever open. I use a lever open system because it's easier for beginners to understand, and I feel like a lot of beginners get stuck between like open, close, and it kind of confuses them. So I keep my levers all the way open 90% of the fade. This is all the way open with the, what's good, bro? With the lever, with corners. Right here I'm using a full blade. And as you can see, everything's blending in smooth together. And like I said, this guard blends right into the 1.5. So it does come with a 1 guard, right? They kind of look the same, but I like using the half guard. I don't use the 1 guard. You can if you want to, but I would suggest just go straight into the half guard, and the half guard should blend straight into the 1.5 open. We're being very careful with it. See, I went a little too high up there and I made that tiny little line. No big deal. No big deal. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We're gonna go with the fade and I'll show you guys how to fix that. So now with the lever all the way closed. See, if I were a beginner right now, I'd be panicking like, oh my God, the fade is going so good and I just messed it up with that little thing. It's not a big deal because if you understand that the only reason why that looks bad is because it goes from light to dark. So all we gotta do is lighten up that in-between part and it'll all look good. But it's all right. We're not gonna let that bother us. So this is with the lever all the way closed. And all the way closed should take that last line away, especially if you use the corners, like this. My boy's mom is waiting for him outside, so we gotta get him right. Look down a little bit. We're gonna get this back area with the 0.5 guard lever close. Now I opened it 1 notch. Now I'm opening it up a little more. And as we get higher in the fade, I wanna open it up little by little by little by little. So this looks like a little compressed fade, right? Because I went a little too high with my 0.5 guard, now I gotta bring the fade up a little higher. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher than what I did with my 1.5. And I want it to be symmetrical across all. So initially I had 1 finger room. Now I'm gonna give myself 2 finger rooms. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. And like I said, I went a little too high with the 0.5. It was just a tiny bit. So I'm just gonna put the fade up a tiny little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna come back with the 0.5 guard, which is what I initially made this line with, and I'm just gonna make that same shade. Right now it looks light, dark, light, so it doesn't look good. So I want light, 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 and then dark, right? So I'm gonna lighten this spot up. I'm not gonna touch any of this anymore because that's already light. So I made this mistake with the lever open with the half guard, so guess what I have on my hand right now? I have the same guard because I need to make the shade around it, or the spots around it the same shade. So that's all I'm doing. I'm making the spots around it the same shade. Now with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna do some detailing around that area, behind the ear, lever close, lever 1 notch open, all the way open. And I'm not doing it like just to do it. I'm actually doing it where I feel like it's a little too dark, it's a little too light. Really pretend this is an eraser, okay? With thinning shears, we're gonna finish the job. We're just gonna lighten this area up. And if you want to support me, the best way to support me is to cop these combs from me. I literally use flat combs all the time, and I know they're expensive, so I wanted to make my own, and this color is crazy. I really, really like the red. And the red is important because red is the color where you can see the hair popping out. If I use a black comb or a brown comb, you won't be able to see the hair popping out too much. But with red, you can see the hair. So all we're looking at right now is this line. So we're gonna go and soften this line up. I'll come over here. You can see a lot more hair flying from here because it's bulkier back here. Let me see. I'm gonna go a little deeper here. The more dense it is, the more snips I give it. So because it's really dense, I'm going hard with my thinning shears. If it wasn't too dense, if it was just a little bit, I would only give it like 1 or 2 snips. But that's not the case that we have here. We have a very dense area, so because it's very dense, we're gonna give it 5, 6, 7, 8 snips as we go up. And you can see that it starts fading a lot better. I can even go here like this area. I can give it 1, 2, 3 snips. 1, 2, 1. See, this area is not too dense, so I'm gonna give it 1, 2, comb it, comb it. That fade looks crazy. Now, I'm gonna get my actual shears. And I'm gonna get specific little hairs that I think should be a little lighter. So regular shears will help you get specific shape, specific hairs that might look a little darker than the others around it. And then the other shears, or the thinning shears, will get little spots. He's done. She came to make sure I'm not robbing you. Now I just gotta bald it out. We're gonna make sure we don't get too close to that 0 line. We're gonna flick out. Use 1 foil, just like that.